Hi, I'm Leonard, and the last time I made a video, some people have been asking me how old I am, and I'm proud to say that I made it to 96 so far. And this is about the folding tail, and the reason for a folding tail is to get it out of the way of the folding wing. And we've had some powwows with my buddy over in Baytown, and we come up with a system to fold the wings. But that's another deal. We'll talk about that later. Right now, I want to show you the folding tail. And like I said, the reason for the folding tail is to get it out of the way. Make a nice, neat package, and the wing will hang close to the rudder and fin, and make it probably definitely inside of the width of the landing gear. It make a real nice close package, and it could be traveled that way. I don't recommend you pull it on its wheels at all, but make a little light trailer would be suitable. I'm going to come up with a trailer design after I get the wings folded and everything. Get some kind of just a lightweight trailer. All you need is a trailer with three spots on it to hold the landing gear, wheels, and the tail wheel, and lash everything down tight where it won't bounce around. And be sure that I have pulled these airplanes to Oshkosh, which is 1,500 miles. This particular Lego has been to Oshkosh about 7 times, and that's 1,500 miles one way. And it stood up at the trip very well, and the wings were hanging in a trailer. However, they weren't hanging on the airplane like these. This wing will be hanging on the airplane, and unbolt the wings and pull it out, turn it, and fold it back, and set it in the little rack back there on the tail that's supposed to hold the wings up, and they will ride this real nice. Now the tail, like I said before, to fold, you have to make 3 pieces of metal with hinges on them on each end, and they have to be exactly the same length. And what I made mine do was I put them on the bench, and I lined them up, and I put a drill through the holes in each side, and they all lined up perfect. So the tail folds up great, just like that, very easily. And actually it stays up, but to hold it up, I put a little horseshoe tape shaped rod in and stuck it in the spar of the stabilizer. The end of the stabilizer is hollow, and this rod goes down in there real well, no problem at all, and holds it up. And I'll show you that in a little bit here. And the cable on the bottom, I replaced the cables on the bottom of the stabilizer because they, with the folding mechanism, they hold up. They do all the weight of holding up holding down the tail to keep it from folding up. And I replaced it from 16th inch to 3/32. A 16th inch cable will stand probably a couple hundred pounds, maybe 300, and the 3/32 probably twice that much. And I have made little loops and hung them up on a hoist and jumped up and down in them, and I never even broke the 16th inch cable. But just to be a little bit more on the safe side, I put 3/32 cables in the bottom of the elevator stabilizer, probably. And I'll show you that in a minute. When we get this folding mechanism all figured out, we'll have some drawing. I'll make up some drawings and have them available, and And I've decided I'm going to leave mine folded up in the hanger so it won't walk around and bump my head on the wings all the time. And it take up less hanger space. When I get ready to fly, it take about 20 minutes to set it up, 20 to 30 minutes to set it up to fly. And I can leave it up or I can fold it back up when I get through. One trouble with folding wings is that if you have to go take it to the airport and unfold them, it takes a better part of an hour to get to the airport maybe and unfold and get ready to fly. And then you fly for 20, 30, 40 minutes and maybe an hour, and you spend another 20, 30, 40 minutes folding it back up and taking it away. And that length of time you may not be available. You may not have that available time to do that. So it keeps you from going flying, and that's the downside of folding wings in my estimation. And but there seems to be a big demand for folding wings, and so we will try to accommodate that. And I'm going to take the camera over and show you the tail, and I'll fold it for you and show you some details on the folding tail. And like I said, fold the tail up and get it out of the way, and let the wings come right close to the fuselage and fin, and make a nice tight package. So I'll take the camera over now and set it up and show you the folding tail mechanism. There it is. Let me move this back a little bit. Well, that's good. Now this is the little loop I said that I put in the end of the spars. This goes down in the spar to hold them up while you're traveling or storing it. And I'll show you a little trick here. This is a long bolt. I'll take it over and show it to you. Goes through the loop in the wire on the bottom. The bolt allows you to stick it in the hole and pry that wire over and just drop down in the hole, and that puts the tension on the wire on the bottom, on both sides of the bottom. The other side is already hooked up when you do this, and then you tension both bottom wire by just using this little long bolt here. I'm going to fold it down, and I'm not going to hook it up on the bottom because that's a given. You're definitely going to hook them up before you go flying. But I want to show you how easy they fold. Hook this wire up first on the bottom, then you take the bolt that I showed you before and pry into that hole and tighten it up and push it in the hole, tighten it up. You got the bottom wires are nice and tensioned. They're tensioned up just right. The other thing I want to show you is the three pieces that have to be exactly the same length so that it will fold up together. They're all lined up in a close row, And you notice I got cotter pins in there to whenever you have on an airplane, whenever anything that acts as an axle, it must have a cotter pin and must have a bolt and a cotter pin. And we got some real closeness between the elevator and the stabilizer, and to make that work I had to round the heads of the bolts off. But she's working good, holds up good. These wires go together underneath here and hook together for travel. Now to show you the part for the folding wings, here are the struts, and they're stored along the side of the fuselage, and held up with, right now they're held up with tie wraps, but I don't recommend that for moving them. I would think get some Velcro bands and wrap it around real tight, and the Velcro will hold it probably when you're traveling down the road. Also, I want to show you the new mount. This is the new mount here. It's not in the plans for the Legal, but it's a new mount, and that allows you to take one wing at a time off. And I'll have drawings on the mount, and also the rest of the folding mechanism. Well, that's all I want to say for right now. I want to thank you for listening, and I'll get back with you when we got something to show you on the folding wings. And thank you for listening, and we'll check you then.